fee for registration fee, and they also have to pay for their trip out here. But once they got here, the GNC, the Republican Party, is paying for their room and board. I tell you what, I talked to several of them, and this is one experience they're going to remember for an awfully long time.
Well, whether or not you agree with their politics, you certainly have to give them credit for their involvement.
That's for sure. They are definitely involved, Tim.
All right. Thank you, Wayne.
Okay.
Well, regardless of what age voter you are, why should you care about what Bob Dole has to say tonight? Well, the Republicans are hoping to sway as many undecided voters as possible to the GOP ticket. Here in Cuyahoga County alone, of the more than 865,000 registered voters, nearly 600,000 have chosen not to commit to a specific party when they signed up. Now, just how many of these voters can be swayed is anybody's guess, but a well-publicized acceptance speech offers a good opportunity to score some political points.
Looking for a cute and cuddly companion? You may find the kitty or puppy of your dreams coming up next.
Winning the big jackpot is a dream for many as well, but will Ohio hit the big one if riverboat gambling becomes a reality? Find out when we come back.
Channel 8 News is brought to you in part by Dodge. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
No matter where you travel this summer, you'll be seeing some interesting sights, like new Dodge cars and trucks, because Dodge's popularity is rising faster than any other American car and truck line. And now that you can get $1,000 cash back or low 1.9% financing on Dodge Stratus, their popularity is sure to increase even more. So hurry to the Dodge Summer Clearance and get the whole picture. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
You know, there's still time to get some real thrills. So get to Cedar Point for one more blast of summer. But hurry, you know what'll be here soon. And just think of the fun you'll have then. Get to the point, Cedar Point.
24 cents an hour, less than $6 a day, less than $35 a week. That's all it takes to drive home in a new Corolla during your Northern Ohio Toyota dealer's 5-day factory challenge. Through August 19th, you can lease a Corolla equipped with air, automatic, and AM/FM cassette for just $139 a month. $139 a month for the Toyota that beats Honda, hands down. And what does Honda say to that? We thought so.
You know, Congress used to pass laws for everyone else except themselves.
It took Steve LaTourette and the Republicans to force Congress to live under the same laws we do.
That's only fair.
They also cut Congress's staff. The congressional budget.
And that was what us also mean.
They opened Congress's books to scrutiny, conducting the first public audit in history.
Now that's common sense for a change.
Steve LaTourette voted to reform Congress. Tell him to keep fighting for common sense change.
You need a car to do your best to get the most out of life. First you have one if you have bad credit or no credit at all. Hi, I'm Fran Tarkington with good news. Thanks to 1-800-BAR-NONE, you don't have to let credit cards keep you the most car. If you're working, there's a car waiting for you. Just call 1-800-BAR-NONE. Your loan application will be completed and accepted in 5 minutes or less. Get the car you need and deserve. Call 1-800-BAR-NONE right now.
Well, today, the Big 8 accounting firm of Deloitte & Touche released a study that says riverboat casinos will bring $1 billion to the banks of Ohio.
Now, we should tell you their services were paid for by the group that's working to legalize gambling. Fox 8 News reporter Lori Taylor says the research is compelling, but so are the arguments against it.
The shores of Lake Erie and 7 other waterfronts across the state could get a major infusion of cash if riverboat casinos are allowed to tie up along the banks. That's according to this study done by the Chicago office of Deloitte & Touche.
The gaming industry continues to thrive.
The authors of the study say gaming will generate close to $1 billion a year for Ohio's economy and nearly 34,000 new jobs. More than $5 million in new tax revenues will trickle down to the city of Cleveland alone.
I found it to be a very good study.
Professor John Burke is considered an expert in economics. After reviewing the accounting firm's study, he says it's evident the introduction of riverboat gambling will boost Ohio's economy and help its troubled schools. Like Deloitte and Touche, his opinion was paid for by the Yes on Issue 1 committee, which favors limited riverboat gambling.
We think it's never a good idea to have public policy that encourages people to throw money away.
David Zanotti from the Ohio Roundtable is working with citizens for a Stronger Ohio, a coalition to keep riverboat gambling out of the state. He says this latest study is nothing more than a shell game.
Ohioans have to lose $1 billion before any of these advantages that they talk about start happening. We've got to lose $1 billion.
$160 million are being promised to education, but the coalition says that only comes to about $87 a student.
They're basically trying to sell an illusion.
Dr. Burke admits riverboat gambling is not the answer to all of Ohio's economic ills, but says we'll be far better off with it than without. Voters will decide that for themselves come the November election. Lori Taylor, Fox 8 News in Cleveland.
Now, the opponents of riverboat gambling say its backers are hiding important information. There's a paragraph, they say, in the proposed amendment that says our legislators have to pass laws which require you and me to pay for whatever the riverboats need to operate. And that could mean we'd have to pay millions to install lights in roads and whatever else they feel is necessary.
Big toddlers, big football players, and big fluffy cats. This is one of the biggest cats I've ever seen, Mark.
That is a huge cat, Robin, and you can see it's a long hair as well. We've got some great animals tonight. Once again, you'll see the telephone number at the bottom of the screen at Fox's 8. First of all, I would like to introduce you to a great dog, and the great dog's name is Sophie. And Sophie is a little rambunctious, but loves to play around and loves to run around. She's got a hand of her strap, and we're so happy that Sophie would not specifically be for toddlers. Obviously very, very playful and very, very active. Was a stray, needs a good home with a big yard and plenty of room to roam around in. As you can see, she certainly is doing her roaming here in the studio. 432-4222 is our number. Now, the cats. Look at this. Sophie, a female, about 1.5 years. That's not Sophie. Thanks, Robin. That's Tabitha. There you go. 5-year-old female. Great tabby.
Brutus.
Yeah, that is Brutus. You see, I can't see the monitor from here. Say hello to Brutus, ladies and gentlemen. Now say hello to Tabitha.
This is Tabitha.
Tabitha, okay. A 5-year-old female gray has been stayed in Brutus Crew. As you can see, Brutus was born an incredible cat and has been reversed declawed in the front, and both have had all their shots, and neither cat has been around animals. So we've had some thundery weather work through as well. And again, now the picture here putting this in motion, you'll see the thundery echoes continuing to drift toward the east over along the Ohio-Pennsylvania border at this point. We're still under a severe thunderstorm watch up until 8 o'clock tonight. We'll let you know about the very latest right here. And what a cat that is, Robin.
Will the real Brutus please stand up? He is a very big, beautiful
and he's so
kitty cat.
docile, too. Yeah.
Well, some say it's Cleveland's best street party of the year.
We'll take you to Little Italy as the Feast of the Assumption gets underway when we come back, so don't go away.